remind yourself that you are not alone. Because sometimes we hear these things like, oh, why me? Oh, I've done all this all my life. I've tried my best and I've done this. I've been good to people and all the rest of it. And this still happens to me. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Ifechi Health and Wellness. Today's video is inspired by somebody I was chatting with recently. This person has a couple of chronic health conditions. You know, when we say something is chronic, it means that that thing is long-term, is ongoing, there's no actual cure, but it can be managed with medication, lifestyle change, or any other way. But most chronic conditions are ongoing, and people have to learn to live with those conditions. But changing what they were doing before to doing new things, making some improvements, will help them a lot in managing such conditions. There are ways to stay positive because it's very important when you have a chronic condition or chronic conditions or any type of condition at all, you need to be very positive. And there are various ways you can stay positive when you have an illness. Now, I'm not talking about just one kind of illness. I'm talking about either physical illness or even mental illness. You know, people are so embarrassed, so to say, to discuss their health conditions, especially their mental health conditions. People don't want to talk about it because of what people will say. And they'll be dying in silence. They will just be there dealing with things on their own without even telling their loved ones. That's how bad things have gone. We must not be embarrassed to share what we are going on, especially when we know that we need help to deal with that situation. It's good to share it with people you trust. If you don't want to share it with anybody, then go to the hospital, get it checked, and that will be a very good way to start to manage your condition. So, ways to stay positive from my discussions and from what I've known over the years. One of the things is to remind yourself that you are not alone. Very important. Because sometimes we hear these things like, oh, why me? Oh, I've done all this all my life. I've tried my best and I've done this. I've been good to people and all the rest of it. And this still happens to me. Yes. Unfortunately, things happen despite how much we have tried. So, first thing is to remind yourself that you are not alone. The second thing, as I've just said, is to make yourself available for support. Get the support you need from people that are relevant and able to give you that support. Is very important. Another thing to do is to make little goals. Don't beat yourself so hard if you're not able to achieve a certain goal. Make your goals very little and short and aim for that. And if you don't achieve that goal at the time you set them, don't worry. Continue until you achieve that goal. Just take your time. Pace yourself. Very important. Also, focus on quality of life, not quantity. Because some people will say, oh, I would just want to be alive. And you are alive, you don't even know what is going on in the world. It's like just the person is just a vegetable, just there. Don't know what is going on. People will do everything for you. Sometimes that kind of life, your beloved ones, or even yourself, you know you don't want that kind of life. So focus on quality of life. Make the most of what you have left. Focus on the quality, not quantity, or I want to, because if it's God's will that you are not going to keep on going, then it will not happen. Also, make healthy lifestyle changes. I've mentioned it before. Whatever you were doing before you became unwell or before the diagnosis, if you keep doing those things, there will not be any improvement. So make lifestyle changes. Make conscious effort to change. We cannot be doing the same thing and expecting a different result. No. If we keep doing the same thing, especially something that has not worked for us, and we keep doing them, we're not going to expect any good result. If anything, the result will be getting worse. The next thing to do to stay positive when you have a chronic illness is to keep a journal. Keep a journal of things you have done, things you want to do, things you want to achieve, and always encourage yourself. Always say to yourself, yes, I've done it. Be proud of yourself. Keep a journal. Don't say, oh, this is just what I've achieved now. I really I would have wanted to achieve this by now. No. Make sure that you applaud yourself. Make sure that you remain positive. It's very, very important. Chronic illnesses, unfortunately, are on the increase because of our lifestyle, because of the type of food we eat, because of the type of air we breathe in, because of so many things going on around the world now. There are so many health challenges. And when you develop one and you don't look after yourself, it can lead to another one. Remain positive, but take action. Remember, your health is your responsibility, nobody else. When you're a child, yes, your parents or whoever is caring for you will be responsible for your health, looking after you, making sure. But once you start growing up and become an adult, your health is your responsibility. And when you're diagnosed with any condition, don't just relax. And if maybe you are prescribed medication, you just be taking that medication and still be doing what you are doing before the diagnosis. The medication may help to minimize the symptoms, but the damage, especially when it comes to things like diabetes, you may take medication to drop your blood sugar and stuff, but the damage being done inside is still there. So be very, very careful. A lot of health challenges. People are living longer now, but being sicker as well. A lot of sickness, a lot of illness. People as young, you see young people suffering from what they should not be suffering for due to our life choices, our lifestyle. Let us be very, very careful. So I discussed with that lady and we just discussed some of these things, and she was encouraged. And she said that she's going to make a lot of changes in her life, which was very, very good. I'm going to stop this video here. But before I do, I just want to say that decisions you make in life can affect your health. So make a good one. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll see you in my next one. Goodbye and God bless.